It is human nature to confirm we are getting what we pay for, whether it's at the gas pump, at the checkout stand, or in the case of this Water Solutions report, how much water we're using and paying for. Welcome to Reading Your Meter 101, information you can use to remain a well-informed consumer. What does the meter do? The meter measures.
As water goes through the meter, it flows through the meter, a little dial basically turns, and that registers a unit of consumption.
Just as the gas pump measures what goes into your tank, the water meter tracks what goes into your home. Before you can read the meter, you gotta find it. It's usually located at the front of your property, very near the street. The actual meter is in the ground, resting in a concrete box. The lid is concrete or metal. In the lid is a lift slot. A screwdriver will work well to open the housing. Use caution before you put your hand inside.
Once we open up the meter box, carefully again, use your screwdriver or stick to, again, clear any spider webs or debris out of the way. So you lift the lid and wipe off any dirt or debris on the face of the meter, and now you can see the complete meter face.
Meters within the Otay Water District may have a slightly different look, but all of the critical components remain consistent. A clock-like face, the sweep hand, a leak indicator, and the numbered discs. Relate the dials to the odometer of your car. As the vehicle moves, the miles add up. As the water flows, usage adds up. When you turn the water on, the red hand, the sweep hand, moves.
When the dial rotates all the way around once, the dial that looks like a clock, it means that you've used 7.48 gallons, so almost 7.5 gallons of water.
Every time the sweep hand makes a rotation, gears move the numbered discs.
If that dial spins all the way around, that last number is going to change. If that dial spins around 10 times, that second to the last number is going to change. And if that dial moves 100 times, that third, and so on and so forth.
To determine your water use, you want to focus on the rolling discs.
And it will have 6 dials, and they will read it from left to right. We only measure the first 4 dials. So the last 2, we do not actually measure when we put it on their bill.
The last 2 numbers measure very minute usage. So again, focus on reading the first 4 numbers from left to right. Okay, make note of the first 4 numbers. Now it's time to pull out your last bill. Near the top right-hand side of your bill, you'll find the meter reading area.
And it will show the previous meter read, so the meter read from the previous month, and the current meter read, and then it will have a total consumption. So it will subtract the current from the previous and give a total consumption.
So in this case, consumption is 1,400 cubic feet. 100 cubic feet equals 748 gallons of water. So you got your last bill 3 weeks ago, and you want to check your consumption before you get the next bill. Say this time the meter read is 98. Subtract the reading from your last bill from the one you just got, and that's your current usage. So 98 minus 79 equals 19. You've used 1,900 cubic feet, or 14,212 gallons of water, since your last official read. If there is an unexpected jump in your usage, something is wrong. Before you blame the meter or the meter reader, do a little troubleshooting. Do you have a water leak? Did you leave the water running in the backyard? A leaking toilet?
A lot of times people don't realize that maybe their sprinklers have been going off at midnight every night for the last month, and they've been sleeping, and they don't realize that they got reset.
Today's water meters are extremely reliable, but they are still mechanical, and that means there is always the possibility the meter becomes untruthful. If it does,
it always tends to under-record. So when meters begin to malfunction, or if they're starting to get old, 9 times out of 10, that meter is going to slow down.
In those 9 out of 10 cases, you're getting more water than you're paying for. Whether it's from your complaint or from the district's own observations, a faulty water meter will be changed out. When the under-reporting meter is replaced,
at that point, you may see an increase in your bill. And that increase is going to be a factor of what you're actually using.
If your meter was one of the rare exceptions where the use was overstated, the suspect meter is analyzed.
They can actually tell us the margin of error, so that if we do need to do adjustments for a meter that perhaps did malfunction, we could do that based on the margin of error.
If you were overcharged, you'll be given a credit. When it comes to meter reading, some customers may say they always estimate my usage. There are times when water usage is estimated. Usually it's because the meter reader can't get to the meter. The box was full of dirt, or maybe a car was parked over it. In any case, an estimate is always corrected.
If we find that perhaps we estimated too high or too low, we will do an adjustment, usually the following month. The next time we can actually get a true meter read.
One last quick note. Maybe it seems like the lid over your water meter hasn't been lifted in months. Does that mean it hasn't been read? Not at all. Currently, 58% of the district's meters are being read wirelessly. We'll explain the district's automatic meter reading technology in another edition of Water Solutions. For the Otay Water District, I'm Leonard Villarreal.